Hey, Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will understand about the phosphodiesterase enzyme, the PDE1, 2, 3, etc. So what is that? Phosphodiesterase enzyme important break the phosphodiester bond between the cyclic GMP and the cyclic AMP, promote inflammation and stop stress response. So remember, so in this way, the stress can be different type which that stop the stress response. PDE4, 7 and 8 primarily degrade cyclic AMP, and PDE1, 2, 3, 10, 11 both cyclic AMP and cyclic GMP with varying references to breakdown. While the PDE6 and 9, which that is important, primarily degrade cyclic GMP only. So 1, 2, 3 and 10, 11 is important both degradation like cyclic AMP and cyclic GMP. So for example, the starvation, caloric restriction, exercise, mimic fasting and drug, all these things is a stressor, will lead to give the stress to the cell as a ligand. So certain type of the factors, stress factor will activate, lead to increase the cyclic AMP is the second messenger and primary messenger bind with the receptor as a ligand. Whenever it will be bind with the receptor, so the basically the G alpha protein, the G coupled protein receptor trimerically intracellular will activate the adenylyl cyclase to activate the ATP into the cyclic AMP, and the cyclic AMP also activate due to the calcium calmodulin protein to activate the SAC to activate more cyclic AMP. And the cyclic AMP is the important thing is that the stress response, we are going to the stress response to combat that stress and our cell will be survive. For example, the EPAC protein activate due to the cyclic AMP lead to activate certain type of the protein RAF, ERK and RAP, while the protein kinase A also activate to activate the DARP32 protein. So important thing is that the protein kinase A will inhibit the glycogen synthase kinase 3 protein. In this, the glycogen genesis will decrease while the glycogenolysis increase and glucose production increase, while the blood glucose normal due to the fasting. So anyhow, on the other hand, the DARP32 will inhibit the PD1 and the MAC protein activate by this due to the PD1 is inhibitor of the MAC. So in this way, ERK and the MAC will activate the CRAP protein as a gene transcriptional factor, lead to gene expression as a learning and memory due to the synaptogenesis, neuroplasticity and neurogenesis and neuronal survival and the differentiation, glucose metabolism, hormones production, cell proliferation and survival, as well as the stress response collectively. In this way, our body, the starvation, caloric restriction, exercise and mimic and fasting the drug, fasting as well as drug will lead to activate and get the stress response by this activity. In this way, the hormetic stress is important for adaptation of the cell and longevity will increase. The sildenafil, Viagra, avanafil, tapalafil, Cialis and the vardenafil, staxine, which that collectively inhibitor of the cyclic inhibitor of the phosphodiesterase enzyme. So on the other hand, let's understand about that. Here is the C-type natriuretic peptide, basically which that bind with the cAMP receptor for the vascular function, vasorelaxation, endothelial function and inhibition of the proliferation and but the survival. In this way, here is the cAMP receptor will activate the guanylyl cyclase enzyme to activate the cyclic GMP and the GTP to convert into the cyclic GMP, and this cyclic GMP will activate the on the other hand, this is the important things, but the nitric oxide synthase enzyme which that activate lead to nitric oxide production, and nitric oxide as a vasodilator lead to cardiovascular health, cardioprotection and erectile function. While the PKG again activation the crab to again survival and stress response. The vasodilation will lead to due to the trigger due to the nitric oxide by the nitric oxide synthase enzyme activation in the endothelial cell. For the vasodilation, the cardiovascular health, cardioprotection, and erectile function will improve. Importantly, you should need to understand the PRKG will inhibit the glycogen synthase kinase 3. So same mechanism for stress response to increase the glucose level in the blood for normalization. Here is the phosphodiesterase enzyme, 478,569 will convert the cyclic AMP to the cyclic GMP into the 5-AMP and 5-GMP. So sildenafil will inhibit this phosphodiesterase activity, will lead to inhibit the inhibition of the cyclic AMP, and it is the vasodilation for improve the muscle growth, and the erectile function will improve due to the phosphodiesterase inhibition via sildenafil. I hope you make sense about that. If you like my video, please make sure to subscribe, like, and share. Bye.